Hi, Cancer. Welcome to March. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's play some cards. I've got two readings for you for the month of March. I have a tarot reading with Waite, and I have an oracle reading, which will be a separate reading that she'll follow shortly after this upload. Let's talk about the astrology before we get into the reading. This is a fellow water sign with a new moon in a water sign, which is especially important for you because it's a month of empathy, and I feel like your intuition is going to be turned on, so much so to the point this month that a lot of pleasant surprises that might feel like, your imagination or your heart or even like any feelings of delay or stagnation just might be stimulated and just, manifest. So remain really as in the flow. Okay, this is what Pisces season is about, and as a cardinal, I'm sure you could bring a lot of initiative to the flow. So, and sometimes it's not about the start, or pushing forward. It's just about being okay to just go along with whatever comes up. There is a new moon in the Pisces in the month in the sign of Pisces on the 2nd of March. Okay, so this is a very time malleable kind of day. Try and follow what I'm saying. It will seem as if time really is like a false construct. This day may feel like 100 years in one day. There is the potential for you to reach parts of yourself, access parts of yourself, Cancer, on this day, and you being especially intuitive and sensitive. This is one of those days that you might really want to just tune in, bring forward positivity from like every realm of you, every part of you, every layer of you. And again, the lesson of Pisces, try and send that love everywhere, and in turn that heals you. So it's a massive day for healing and a massive day for like emotional breakthroughs and just fine-tuning your understanding of self. March the 5th, a massive day. Mars and Venus finally exiting the sign of Capricorn and now going into the sign of Aquarius. I mean, this is way better because it kind of initiates it initiates a less serious and more interesting, carefree, and out of the box. Slightly erratic, but slightly erratic and unconventional, but like totally cool. Okay. Mars, the planet of the masculine, the planet of war. It's, I guess, about really figuring out what's outside of what you normally are used to trying. And this could be in money matters as well as safety, like home. Venus entering Aquarius is quirky also because it might mean that this is a really social time for you, and there might be a lot of more interactions that go on with friends and family, meaningful interactions, kind of different. It's a really good time to network and be social and just get with your people, find your soul tribe, bring the people together. March the 9th, Mercury enters Pisces, and it's finally time to get out of our heads. Finally, it's time to think with our hearts and just be really creative. Life, imitates a movie in Pisces season because literally anything can happen. Everything goes. And so think with your heart, right? It's a empathic season. And there is an element of art and design and creativity and a lot of solar plexus work also. So get kind of creative this month. See what it is that you can create. On the full moon, on the 18th, the full moon in Virgo, it really is about organization and practical matters and how they relate into bringing dreams come true, like making dreams come true and just creating a vision for the future, as well as just being really grounded and practical and in the moment. Again, it's another very social day. Virgo is the collective. there might be a lot of intuitive inner wisdom and need for separation and soul searching, but I think there will be elements of the day that will really feel like you need to be with your collective, your community, etc. On March the 20th, the Sun enters Aries. It's also the day of the astrological New Year, where for the most part it's New Year. So happy spring equinox. We begin Aries season and we charge headfirst into this fearless power, this fearless energy of just power and dominance, really. So there's a lot of energy that means that we're moving forward. We're coming out of stagnation. We're really beginning to move forward. On March the 27th, Mercury enters Aries, and this is the day where you kind of have to, well, this is a phase that you kind of really have to watch the way that you communicate, maybe a little bit, and the way others communicate around you. Things can get really brash really quick. Try and transmute that into like confidence and conviction rather than like rah. On March the 31st, there is the new moon in the sign of Aries, and it's a really nice day to just start taking small actions towards the future. And soon you might even find those small actions become big actions. And you really got the potential to flip the switch on March the 31st with this new moon in Aries. It could be like you manifesting a completely different life of yourself from the new moon in Pisces to the new moon in Aries. So a really important new lunation about closing out cycles and starting new ones. Where one door closes, another one does open, Cancer. So, deep breath in for me. If you'd be interested in booking a reading, please do so at rubyreadstarot.com. If you'd be interested in donating to the channel, you can find out where to do so in the description box. Please do leave me a thumbs up and a comment, and make sure to hit the subscribe button. It's greatly appreciated. It also helps people know about the channel. Right, Cancer. Let's get some messages for the month of March for the sign of Cancer, the Cancer Collective for 2022. Let's get some messages for the sign of Cancer, the Cancer Collective for 2022. Let's get some messages for the sign of Cancer, for the Cancer Collective for March 2022. Some messages. Okay, so the World card, closing out one cycle and beginning a new one that might involve a lot of balance in regards to your finances, perhaps. So I do feel like there is a chapter, a cycle that is definitely closing out in your life, Cancer, and I think you're very much aware of how there may have felt like a lack of balance, and I think you might be coming a lot more particular about who gets your energy and how much is in your energetic reserves and how much have you got to give and how much you should really hold on to. You hold on to those scales, so you decide ultimately, Cancer. I do feel like you will be closing out a certain chapter, a certain cycle, but I do feel like, you know, it's as I said, where one door closes, another one opens, and this could even be, you know, where your relationships may have felt imbalanced before, where you might be seeking balance within your relationship. So you might even come across a more balanced relationship, and this might be the beginning of that. The Page of Pentacles could be a Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Either way, there is a substantial offer being presented to you. It is substantial in the sense that it is one that could increase your financials in any which way or how. It is something that you can grow. It is something that I would take seriously, and it does have the potential for longevity. It can be related to study as well as finances, but I do think ultimately this might have something to do with your conviction with what you can do with this opportunity at the moment. So I would really look into what it is that you're hoping to invest and grow, and I would perhaps see what the potential restrictions are. Where it is that you might need to like pull back. How truly confident are you about it? And maybe it might be time to seek a new direction. Okay. So Cancer, I think there are things that you are kind of not willing to let go of yet. But I think in March they might bring up a question about where it is that you feel like you may be imprisoned in your life, and how truly that's just, a projection of something that's going on internally that might mean that you have to question where you might have placed the limitations in your own life, in your own mind. Where is it that you know that you can make a break for freedom, but there is something that's holding you to this stalemate, kind of exile place? Cancer. I'm advised to say, take the blindfold off, take the blindfold off. I do think it's time for you to redirect that energy and make sure that it's put to more productive use, which might even mean that you are just pulling your energy all the way back. Just stop for a second, right? Get in relaxation mode, meditate or something. There's a stained glass window there, and it consists of lots of tiny different bits. It's intricate. And in that position, he could really appreciate something that's super intricate, but he can only do that by being really fixed and still. And Aquarius season is now over, but this is the card of Aquarius also. You might need to stop for a second and just count your blessings and just kind of try and focus. Really focus this month. There is a fire sign energy around you. Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, doesn't have to be. Could be someone who portrays a very business savvy demeanor. This is a father. This is a nurturer. This is a guy who knows how to run a household. This energy is very domineering. It's predominant. Jolly. It's not heavy energy. It's not really... it's the fun kind of mischievous. Fire sign energy, and there is perhaps a need for a rebirth in the situation. There's a new dawn. Where one door closes, another one does open, Cancer. It's about you breaking free from limitations, and this month might even be the end of this restriction that you might have self-imposed, which is calling for a new beginning, a new cycle, a new point of give and take, a balanced give and take. And this might even mean, how much are you respecting yourself, Cancer? When I said that, all the cards jumped out, so I wonder if you're throwing your toys out of the pram over a situation, Cancer. And I just feel like that's rebellion, and it's almost like an automatic response, because you're almost waiting for someone to acknowledge what's bubbling under the surface when you yourself are refusing to acknowledge. Thankfully, some things get pulled out of our own hands, and at some point, the grand designer, the wonderful grand designer, for whom we should all be so grateful for 1,000 times a day, comes through with something that might be breaking a pattern. This is that matchstick moment, when you spark the match and then the flames whoosh, crispy and stuff. This is that moment, that creation point, that moment of illumination, that starting point, that beginning of something new, something inspiring, something illuminating, something that is going to create a lot more lightness in your life. Okay, and there's a lot of positivity that comes with that. So I would really and truly see whatever it is that you can perhaps get healing with already. You need to rest and heal. Okay, stop bypassing the healing. I do feel like there is a financial opportunity that you are going to be able to get some time to invest in. This could also be a new job. It's about equal give and take, and so it's about finding the balance. Pisces season, this fell into my lap. That's the Knight of Cups and the Page of Cups. Okay, so two different offers being presented to you. Of emotional standing, could have emotional bearing on you. They are offers of, I think, love, even. Something to do with your emotional well-being, basically, Cancer. One's quite serious, the other one's a bit flippant. And I think you'll know which one's which. Either way, an offer becomes upgraded. This even might be you. You might have been in two minds about someone, and now all of a sudden you're like really sure about them. Could be this fire sign. Could be a Scorpio. Okay. 5 and 5 and this Knight of Swords. So it seems like you're rushing out of a situation that has meant that you were kind of feeling stuck, trapped. You know, a lot of just juvenile delinquency, a lot of aggravation, and a lot of conflict for no reason. You seem to be rushing out of this. But this is also a poverty mindset, so please make sure that you're not, like, getting into fights all over the place because you feel less than. Get secure, get confident, and move forward. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. The Ace of Swords. It's time to cut it out, Cancer. If it's not serving, if it hasn't been serving, if they've been just horrible, it's time to cut people off left, right, and centre. Be the voice of reason, be the voice of truth. Do yourself a favour, set yourself free, and go get in alignment, because offers are coming through, okay? You just want to make sure that you're in the best place for it. March is very progressive. I feel like where you start in a place of a new beginning, you're really going to feel like there's a lot of changes that are coming through. And I do feel like there's emotional offers coming through as well. Just make sure your throat chakra is very much on. Meaning communicate absolutely when you need to, with truth and integrity. Okay? Alright, Cancer. I think that's all I have for you. If you would be interested in booking a reading, that's rubyreadstarot.com. Hit the subscribe button for me because it lets other people know that I'm here. Leave me a comment. I love it when you do that. And hit the like, thumbs up button and all the rest of it. Okay. Book a reading, rubyreadstarot.com. I'll see you later. Mwah.